Hi Taurus, and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. So this time around I'm actually starting with fixed signs because fixed signs are going to have a very unique way how they're going to be affected with the Great Conjunction. So let's see also, in addition to my explanation of the Great Conjunction, which the link is going to be provided at the end of this video, just to see what else is up for you this upcoming December. So let's see, Taurus. All right, Taurus. What do you have is Earth Tom, which is really actually lovely for your sign. It really talks about maybe cozy, maybe friendly encounter, maybe, you know, like, I mean, something is going on where you're taking care of your loved ones. There's like some kind of like nurturing, or somebody's taking care of you. And it is crossed with demon cat or the devil, which basically in tarot represents Capricorn, which is basically your sister or brother earth sign. So basically what seems to be happening over here, maybe you're feeling that somebody is having some kind of underhanded attitudes, underhanded kind of like approaches of some sort. Demon cat really talks about sometimes we get affected with vices, so maybe this simply means that you are just really licking your cakes and enjoying kind of like these kind of like guilty pleasures as well. We're going to see more. You have cat magic. You're feeling actually really powerful. You're feeling really, you're going in a good direction of some sort, right? It's really interesting that I see that, because you see this Great Conjunction is actually going to be reshaping the way that you approach your public image, and that's kind of like what we can see here as well. And basically that's going to be the theme for you. You'll be working on your public image and on your career in the coming years, and also kind of opening your mind to basically true impact, how the world can actually benefit out of your work. There's Six of Earth. So earth, earth, earth. You have a little bit of air over here, a little bit of magic. Six of Earth talks about some balance, maybe nurturing somebody, maybe kind of like similarity are here, where here is like clearly help given, where here is almost like given a charity and a refuge of some sort. You can see that this tomcat not only allowed mother and her kittens to come, but he's allowing them to share the really kind of like posh environment and food. So it's kind of like generosity, kind of like all abound over here, right? So clearly I'm seeing that you'll be really enjoying your entire December in terms of food, that's for sure. But then you also have Five of Sky. You're also very protective. It's almost like, okay, like, I mean, Six of Earth, come close to me. Five of Sky, get away from me. So you're kind of choosing who is staying close. You're also choosing who is not allowed to come. And you're like very black and white in those terms, how you're going to assess this, right? Then you have Five of Sea. So now we have like two fives, and then we have two sixes. So together they're like adding up to 22, which kind of talks about maybe big ideas, maybe big motions. Maybe this is this kind of like career that you're now planning and contemplating, and the direction that you're going. But Five of Sea kind of like talks about some kind of disappointment, talks about some kind of letdown. People who you hope for that will come through are not coming through. So these people are somehow... there's like something that you figure out in your own head. Maybe like you help somebody, like that's kind of like where these two cards are mirroring each other. You help somebody in the past, and instead of like maybe now them having this opportunity to either repay it or balance the whole situation, they just like simply maybe turn their back to you. At least this is how you feel. There is like the sense of disappointment in these two cards. You're feeling a little bit of there is a feeling both of agitation and possibly of sadness. but it's going to kind of like really quickly dissipate, because you're getting this into Three of Fire stage, where this is like clearly survivor kind of like card. You're saying that's it, you know, I need to dust off, I need to kind of like move forward, I need to go in this direction. Look at it, this is like, we know this is the last stage before kind of like making this leap, but you already know the direction, you already know where you're going and how you're going to kind of like move forward. So this actually is very energizing card, both of them. The foundation is there. There's like something you're thinking through, there's something that you're already feeling really comfort with, you're feeling that you know everything, that you are like capable of making those moves. This simply could mean closing the doors to certain things or certain people and just opening new horizons. And then we have Five of Fire. So look at this. Look at this diagonal. 5, 5, 5. And 3 5s are like a main 15 and 1. And this is the card 15. So now we are having this kind of like doubling down. So Five of Fire, it's coming in your environment. This card tells me that, again, you will be dealing with some kind of like repositioning. Somebody wants something from you and they don't want to hear no, I think. And you will have to set your boundaries really, really firmly, because even when you do, they'll still try, they'll still try, they'll still try. And maybe that's going to be really irritating for you. And maybe this is why you're saying, I'm out of here. I don't want to deal with this. Which part of NO you didn't understand, kind of a thing, right? Hopes and fears, you have Seven of Fire. So I actually like this little fire development over here, because it shows actions and shows activities, it shows going in a new direction. So these actually are sort of similar, where here the battle is going on, and in this battle you're setting your boundaries, you are still kind of like fighting for your way, for what you want, and kind of like everybody else kind of like wants their way as well. Then in the stage 6, you actually win. We don't have this stage, but you are like actually feeling so comfortable over here that I'm pretty sure this is where it's heading. Like, you are, after all, Taurus, you kind of like really have this firm beliefs in who you are and what you want. In Seven of Fire, it shows the winner who is kind of like saying, get off, I fought for being here and I'm going to stay here. So this clearly tells me that it's going to be an entire month of setting some kind of boundaries. Because this month is also a month of generosity, it looks to me that some generosity was happening in the past, and that you're finding yourself, I guess, very disappointed, I guess very disillusioned with some situation. And because of this disillusionment, you are either saying, maybe like that also talks about inheritance, that you wanted to give something to somebody and then now you're like debating if this is the right way to go about it and how to do it. In any case, you're like really backing off of some ideas that you originally thought would be great. And then you have the Hermit, almost like everybody kind of like bug off, leave me alone, I need to kind of like think through it, I need to kind of go through it. It's really interesting because it's really showing new moon, and new moon is today, December 1st. It is in Sagittarius. You know, this card really shows a Virgo, and it could also mean Aquarius of some sort. So it kind of like the earth is coming back as well. So earth and earth, kind of like where you have it, your card, the Hierophant, didn't come through. But now when we have these three major arcanas over here, kind of like the theme is really, really clear. There is like something you're mulling it over. There is something you really want to do, but you really don't know how to go about it. Or you maybe waited for somebody to come through and to see how that's going to manifest. And that's kind of like where your action is going to be affected. It's really, really clear. I'm going to just clarify this Five of Sea. I just wanted to see why is that disappointment. You got two cards. It's Lord and it's Journey. So it could be talking about a man. There is like a disappointment in men, or excuse me. Lord can talk about somebody who is married or somebody who is in a relationship, somebody who is a benefactor over here as well. So as I said previously, you were expecting something to come through and you're really, really disappointed. Maybe you're expecting a person to come back to you. Maybe there was a relationship with a person who had maybe another relationship, or simply was engaged. This also could mean that people are stuck in a situation, so maybe they cannot leave marriage, or they don't want to leave marriage because of the kids. It could mean also they have a very domineering ex or outrageous ex, and they're kind of like caving in those wishes, which kind of like relegates you to the sidelines, and you're not feeling kind of like comfortable in that position, and you have been waiting, maybe you have been sacrificing, but time is up. I really think time is up. So also, guys, remember that on the 14th of December, we are going to have, because your key number here for this month is 15. So 15 plus minus 5 days is going to be the key kind of like pinnacle for you if you really wish, right? So that's going to be the time also when we have the eclipse in Sagittarius, and that's when you're kind of like really breaking frame for kind of like old crapola and stuff. I just want to see, I think this one flicked, and I want to get this one. And you're getting home. Of course that you're getting home. You're being a homebody, and this kind of like really represents quite a bit to you. And look at this, it's 27, which is like 2 and 7 is 9, which represents this kind of like closing book or closing chapter. It's also 9 for Hermit, so we can see the two of them connecting. So let me read this one for you, as this is kind of like a message of how to finalize this year and how to enter into 2021. It says, you're comfortable in your own skin. You belong. Peace, security, safety, belonging, and all the features one would want from quote-unquote home are indicated now. The home card represents an invitation to experience what it's like to be secure in your own skin, to live comfortably no matter what is happening in the world around you. It's a time for opening your eyes to your tribe of like-minded people, or one special person who makes you feel like you have come home. Home is love, and love is all around you now. Whatever your inquiry, you are where you are meant to be and will reap great benefits by staying on this path, regardless of where it leads. Home will always be with you. It is where the heart is. Well, I think that you also have a little bit of modified message to it, that you are clearly cleaning the table. You are not allowing things or people who are taking you down, who are not supportive, be in your surroundings. You are maybe still giving them the very last morsel of chance, but this is it. That's kind of like how you're going to finalize this year, by closing all the accounts that are no longer needed to be open. So my dear Taurus, hopefully this helps. The link is going to be provided right now. You can click on for the Great Conjunction. So please listen to it as well, as it's very, very important. It's not only going to be affecting you in the next 20 years, it's going to give you an idea how that's going to be actually working out, because you're one of the signs that's going to be the most affected. So the fixed signs and earth signs are going to feel a huge shift happening. And lastly, guys, if you want a reading with me, contact me via cattarot.ca. If you have been a plus customer of mine, then you can also get annual readings, which is like 195. It is for about an hour and a half, and it's covered everything from quarterly kind of like reviews to astrological houses and everything, every aspect of life, to Lenormand. So basically you're set. You just need to put your notes and say, I'm the best to look for a job, that and that, and so on and so forth. It's personal, and that's how I'm doing. And lastly, in the description, please, you have a subscribe button, or you can subscribe to my email or to any on my social media. You're going to get the extra edition about 2021, and otherwise you won't. So thank you guys for being here. I wish you very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and have a lovely, lovely 2021. For everybody who wants to leave everything that needs to be left behind in 2020, it's like, yay. So remember, around the 15th of December, the big shift is happening and coming to your home as well. Love you guys. Have a good one.